What's going on? What's going on? Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know that you guys can hear me okay before I get this thing started. Can you guys hear me okay? So say yes if you can hear me. Grand rising, everybody. Okay. I'm hearing the yes. Okay. I was just checking to make sure I knew if I was going on. Okay. Okay. I want to say first and foremost, peace and blessings to everybody, and gratitude for all the people that show up here today for the live. I greatly appreciate you. As I told you guys before that I was going to come forth here and do the live here on my YouTube channel when I spoke to you guys about some things earlier on my Instagram this morning. And so now I get to really talk about what I really want to talk to you guys about today, and also address a few things at the end of this live. Okay, I'm gonna address a few things at the end of this live. First and foremost, I want to say to you that we are really in some exciting times. Okay, we are really in some exciting times. I had no idea that this was going to come about when we were going through our timeline shifts, but I want to share something with you guys. We are about to go into a reality shift. Your whole entire reality is about to shift. Okay? So before we were talking about timeline shifts, well, now we're talking about reality shifts. And also when you experience a major timeline shift like we did during the time before the day before the election, that was a major timeline shift that occurred because of the state of the mind of the collective and how they wanted things to change, and source obliged. However, and the process of the collective wanting things to change, we didn't fully understand what that meant, and not to mention the various time shifts we've been experiencing after that. And there's various different levels of time shifts, okay? So you have one major timeline shift, and then there's like other timeline shifts that take place according to the major timeline shift, okay? So we didn't realize that when we were talking about the timeline shifts, that means the times that we're currently in has to shift. That means everything that you've known it to be, as you know it, has to shift. That includes your state of mind. That includes the physical planet that you live on. That includes the matrix system and how it operates. That includes the various systems in which we've known to use on a regular basis and how it operates. That includes destruction or the tearing down of old systems that cannot deal with the vibrational frequencies that this new reality is bringing forth. I had already told you in previous lives that the veil has been lifted. Well, you're about to see just how real that's about to get for a lot of you. Now, there's a lot of you out here that have been calling yourselves the so-called chosen ones. Well, I'm here to let you know, chosen ones, that now you're going to find out just how chosen you really are. And what some of you are going to find out is that maybe you weren't so chosen. One, because you lack the training to deal with what's coming tomorrow. You lack the training. You lack the skill set. You lack the wherewithal of how to deal with things on this level. When there were so many of us out here in the conscious community on the circuit that was telling you guys that you needed to heal, did you heal? Did you take the messages that were given to you seriously? Or did you brush it off and said, oh, she's just talking shit, whatever? I'm just curious to know. Did you take the messages that was given to you, and did you take the information serious? I don't know. At this stage in the game, it's too late now. Because what's done is done, what's here is here. Now, I have been getting hits probably for like the last 2 weeks of stuff that's been going on. And I want to share some things with you because there are people out here that are extremely ignorant. And I'm going to have to address some individuals in their lack of information and knowledge about how certain things work. But aside from that, I want to make sure you guys are understanding something. When someone gets information, various people can get levels of information depending on the level that they're operating on. Some people are more tapped in than others and can give more details than another person can give. The information only comes to the individual according to where they're at and where they've healed. If they are not healed properly, if they have not done the necessary work that they need to do, if they have not done the necessary inner work that needed to be done, they're only able to tap in but so far. Therefore, their information is going to be limited. It's not going to be as advanced. It's not going to be as expanded as somebody who has done the work, who has put in the work, continuously puts on the work, continuously. If you guys go back and you look at my lives, I've continuously told you about the healing. You guys have saw where I came from and where I'm at today in terms of how I deal and how I react to things. Now, some of you have been getting out of pocket with your mouth. But today, I'm not going to address you in the manner that you expect me to because I'm not operating in that unhealed state, nor am I looking to get attention because I'll overstand where you're coming from. I'll overstand where you're coming from. When I release information out to the public, you don't realize the information I've been getting long before you started talking about it because of who I am and me being a watcher and a seer of the realms and been doing it. There are things that I've talked about on my Telegram channel that some of you have been a member of my Telegram channel and have gotten certain information and you went on your lives and you talked about it and you never gave me any credit for it. But I never called you out. I never said a single word to you about it. But as soon as somebody comes out and says something similar to the things that you're saying, but you're just simply giving more detail, you have an issue with it. And you want to come out and you want to talk shit. I'm going to leave you to your childishness to yourself. I've surpassed all that bullshit. When I come out here to disseminate information, it's not just me getting information. I'm getting information. Other goddesses I know are getting information. Other angels I know are getting information. And we're all getting information that may sound similar, but may be very different, depending on the level of consciousness that they're operating on. Be clear. There were things I was talking about in this community you niggas never even heard of before. And when I came out and started talking about this shit, you niggas were calling me crazy. Just go back to my 2020 videos and then speed up. I was the one that came out and started talking about aspects. I started telling y'all about the different reincarnated versions of yourself. I was the one who came out and started talking about the quantum karmic cleanse and how you clear out the past life karma. When I was talking about that, you guys was getting at me on a different level, right? But I put in a lot of work. That was a part of my process and a part of my journey. But there was a lot of things that I was talking about that wasn't written in books. And a lot of you had a problem with that because I was tapping in. Now it's popular now to say that we're tapping in. It's popular now to say aspects. It's popular to say this, that, and the third. But not never one of you Negroes ever took the time out to give the credit where the credit was due. And I never called you out on the live about that shit. Not one time did I ever do that because my whole thing was just get the information out there. We do not control the information, Negroes. There's stuff that our elders was talking about back in the day that a lot of you guys are regurgitating today. And the crazy part about it is that you're not talking anything that surpasses that. And then you get at me because I want to come out and I'm coming out and I'm taking what the elders have taught me, going inward with that information, expanding my consciousness and dropping more information on top. So when you guys come to me and say, oh, Dr. Malachi York talked about this, that, and the third long time ago, I don't doubt that he didn't talk about it. But at the same time, that shouldn't discredit me or anybody else out here who is also tapping in and getting that information. You niggas need to grow the fuck up. Period. In this space where we're at right now, we don't have time for this shit. We don't have time for this shit. You are going to have much bigger fish to fry starting tomorrow than this little bit of petty ass bullshit that you're on right now. I'm not going to go against any of my queens, any of my sisters, because I don't do that. I'll come see about you in the astral realms. That's how I handle my business. I'll see you in the astrals, baby. And we're going to sit down and we're going to have a conversation, a real conversation about how this thing goes. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, we are dealing with a worldwide inner earth invasion. You have the Anunnaki that came to wipe off all the NPCs. Now I got even deeper information about that. Talking to my higher selves, my higher aspects that give me information. They ping me consistently. And as I've stated before, if you go to the video section of my channel, as I stated before, when I talked about how people can have various different information and tell the same, they have the same general story, but are getting different information according to the aspect when they were there or whatever it was that they experienced, and they give the story. Okay? There is no right or wrong to this thing. I'm not out here to cause embarrassment to anyone. I'm here to talk to my audience and let them know the information that I got. Me, Isis Wisdom, got. And give clarity, because there are some people out there that are fear-mongering. There are some people out there that are putting out some misinformation, and I'm here to give clarification. It has nothing to do with me trying to outdo you. I don't care. It has everything to do with making sure that my audience and my people and the collective get the correct information, because I'm not here to scare the hell out of you guys. If you guys are not operating on a particular frequency, your information is going to be limited. It's going to come to you according to your level of understanding. That's how this works. That's how this works. So you may see me giving more detail about certain things. That doesn't mean I'm trying to outdo you. That's not what that means. Don't state your level of importance in my life, because it ain't that serious. I've been doing this way longer. Way longer. Like since the 90s longer. Don't ever insult my intelligence like that. People have come after me. They have disrespected me time and time again for no reason. I don't have time for this shit. And soon, neither will any of you. You're not going to have any time for it. So let me go ahead and break it on down for you real quick so you're clear. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. Not only do we have the Anunnaki to deal with when it comes to clearing out the NPCs, but what has come down upon this earth and coming up from the earth is what you really need to be concerned about. They are going to tell you that there's going to be some type of meteor shower. This is going to take place worldwide. There's nothing regional about what I'm telling you here. This is going to be worldwide. If you don't believe me, start Googling, go to TikTok, go to Instagram, and start looking at the videos of things that are happening worldwide and on other countries across the world. This is a worldwide thing. It is not a Northwestern Hemisphere thing. It is a worldwide thing that is happening. For those of you that have been living in the regions where earthquakes have taken place, or you have heard loud booms, things of that nature, where the earth is opening up, or you may have saw pink skies, or you may have smelled sulfur in these areas, which is happening in various parts, which is happening in various places across the country of the United States. That sulfur is the opening up of the earth. There are a lot of beings that are coming up from the inner earth. A lot of beings are coming up from the inner earth. The governments did not know that this is happening. They do not, and I'm telling you right now, the governments around the world know about the Anunnaki, but they did not know that there was going to be a bunch of beings coming up from the inner earth. They did not know that. They were not prepared for that. Everybody's completely off guard, and nobody knows what to do. That is the reason why they're not coming out and talking about anything, because they don't even know what to do. So you got a combination of individuals getting snatched off this planet, at the same time, you have beings coming up from the inner earth. Some of these beings are very malevolent. Some of you are going to start seeing Alpha Draconians. Some of you are going to start seeing the Greys if it's not already happening. Some of you are going to start seeing Palladians. Some of you are going to start seeing Arcturians. Some of you are going to start seeing various different types of creatures coming up from the inner earth. There is going to be something that appears to be like a meteor shower coming from out of the skies worldwide. It is not a meteor shower. I want you to be clear about something. It's going to look like it's coming from out of the skies, but it's not coming from out of the skies. It's coming from in the earth. The distraction is going to be it coming from out of the skies. The warning that I am supposed to give all of you today is that as you're being distracted looking to the skies, everybody is going to be on ground zero on the ground. So while you're up here doing this shit right here, like, oh my God, you better pay attention to every single person around you. I'm telling you right now. Looking up is going to be the distraction for every single last one of you. Looking up is going to be the distraction for every single last one of you. Look around you as this is happening. Pay attention. Feel any type of wind movements that are taking place around you. Look at the people. The people, you're going to start seeing the beings coming through the people. These are the NPCs. That is one of the reasons why the Anunnaki is coming in to clean house. Because they are going to be taking over those who do not have a soul. You're going to see it through them. Make sure that you look at their eyes. You're going to see it all through their faces. For those of you that are tapped in on a spiritual level and your first eye is open, you are going to see them both come from what appears to be human to you, and then you are going to see them outside of the bodies. So you're going to get hit the hardest because you're going to be seeing both. And some of you are going to be seeing them with your naked eye, depending on the vibrational frequency that you're operating on. If you do not see them, you will feel them. It's imperative that you guys get these likes up because I need to beat the algorithm in this case to get the message out to as many people as possible. If you guys care about yourselves and you care about humanity as a whole, if you care about us as a collective, I am imploring you to please get this live out there to as many people as possible. Okay? Get the live out there, get the likes up so I can get the algorithm, because YouTube does shadow ban some of my videos because of things I talk about. They don't want it getting out there to the masses in that way. The only way that this is going to happen is that you got to make the damn video go viral. I was literally telling my Instagram audience, I said, I don't know why, but I feel like a damn cosmic reporter. This is so strange to me to be put in this position. But I was literally told last night that I had to put it out there to the collective so they're aware of what's going on. I did not know that it was going to come down like this, and neither did the governments. Nobody knew. When I talked to some of my higher aspects, they were also telling me that they had been investigating and they didn't even know what time it was. So it also caught them off guard as well. I am a part of certain councils, okay? They didn't even know it was going down like that. So it caught them off guard. So I want to make sure you guys are clear. Certain things were caught off guard. This is not Project Bluebeam. Go look at the live I did in the video section of the channel, where I break some things down to you to make sure you're clear. This is not Project Bluebeam. This is not a fake stage alien invasion. If this was a fake stage alien invasion, they don't tell you it's going to be a fake stage alien invasion before they do the fake stage alien invasion. I need you guys to start critically thinking now, because you're going to need to think and you're going to need to discern. This is imperative. Your discernment is what's going to keep you moving. You guys are going to have to start connecting with people that you know for a fact are humans, because you're going to run into a lot of people that are not. I told you this in the very first 2024 predictions. If you go look at the 2024 predictions part 1, go listen to that live. And I said to you, you are going to have to learn how to navigate. This is the time now, guys. Remember, the 2024 year doesn't even end until April 1. So it's still 2024 for us. Don't get caught up in the Gregorian calendar. That's to throw you completely off. It's still 2024 for us. So this is the second half of the 2024 year. Go back and listen to my 2024 predictions part 1 and listen to that video very carefully. You are going to have to learn how to navigate. You are going to have to learn how to know when to pick up, when you need to pick up. For those of you that are living in major metropolitan cities, I'm letting you know right now, it's not wise to be in a major metropolitan city while this is going on, because people are going to spaz the hell out. The governments cannot tell you guys what's going on because they do not want to create a mass hysteria. They can't even tell the people how to navigate. And they're spooked. Everybody's spooked. I need you guys to understand this place has a lot of dimensions in it, a lot of different realms. Okay? It has a lot of different realms and a lot of different beings living on those realms. The beings who also live here do not want to see their home destroyed, tampered with, or messed with. So for them to show up before Donald Trump becomes sworn in as president speaks volumes. There's been a lot of talk of nuclear war. I want you to be clear. If a nuclear war takes place on this planet, it will be like the story of Vega. For those of you who do not know the story of Vega. It is when the actual Alpha Draconians went to war against the Lyrans and the planet got destroyed. The potential of that is here. And so now they have to get ahead and make themselves known. And I was told to make you guys aware, humanity has gotten beside themselves. Humanity has dropped the ball on themselves. Humanity has allowed fear to take them over. Humanity has not held the people that they think that is in charge accountable to nothing. Even though you outnumber everybody, you allowed your fear to allow things to get this far. So now, since you're not going to do anything about it, and that's clear, now the beings from the inner earth are going to do something about it. There are talks that are currently taking place right now with other interdimensional beings in the governments. Not all forms of government are aware that this is taking place. Only certain forms of government is aware that this is taking place. Billionaires are getting snatched off this planet even as we speak, cleaned up even as we speak. The AI has gotten out of hand as well. But I'm not even focused on that. There's a lot of things that have gotten out of hand that has not been released to the public. Not to mention, there's also a lot of lands that's also popped up on the scene that you guys know nothing about, because they're not talking about these other lands that have now appeared out of nowhere because of the dimensional shifts that are taking place. What this is turning into, guys, is that you are going to have to get adjusted to seeing things you've never seen before, communicating with beings that you've never seen before, and things of that nature once everybody gets through the shock process. We're talking about the days of Atlantis. If any of you guys know anything about the story of Atlantis, there were all types of beings that were walking amongst humanity. And it was the Anunnaki, the negative Anunnaki, the fallen Anunnaki, the Greys, reptilians, the Draconians that invaded and caused a lot of things to happen on this planet that should not have happened. They are the ones who actually created the hierarchy systems. And I want you guys to be clear, the Vatican is extremely old. I mean old world old, like old. The Vatican's been around that long. The very first pope that the Vatican ever had was called the Gray Pope. Part reptilian, part gray. They've been running this planet for a long damn time. And they are the ones who sent the orders out for the conquistadors and various different Europeans to come to the lands of Americas and invade and make us prisoners of war on our own land. That order was sent from the Vatican. And Moors did play a role in this because they had the key codes. They had the keys. And they were working in conjunction together with these particular beings for the invasion against the originals. This is in my excerpt of the Black Devil series that's coming up. You see, we weren't always like this. We didn't always have carbon bodies. We were light bodies until we were tricked into lowering our frequency. Then we got these physical vessels, not beforehand. There is a massive awakening taking place, and there's nothing that any of us can do about it. There is no stopping this. It's here now. This is beyond nothing can stop what's coming. It's here. It is here. It is here, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you guys were not properly trained in this space on how to deal with things. So let me give you some rundowns on a couple of things that you're going to need. Get a quartz crystal. A quartz crystal is powerful enough to do anything. You can open up a portal with a quartz crystal. You can open up a portal with a quartz crystal, and you can close out a portal with a quartz crystal. You can command that crystal to do anything that you need it to do. This is not a joke. If you see anybody around you that's giving you a very strange look, be very, very careful of that individual. There are beings that does not have the ability to see, but they have the ability to smell. And they're going to be sniffing for the human scent. For those of you that are tapped in, and I'm only talking to you, for those of you that are tapped in, you need to encrypt your scent, your energy, your auric fields. You need to encrypt those. Start tapping into your higher aspects to find out how to do that. On my website, isiswisdom.com, I have a class called Self-Defense. If you want to learn how to defend yourself, because you're going to need to know how to do it, you can purchase that class on my website, isiswisdom.com. If you do decide to become a member, do not put no private relay bullshit on there. You will be denied. Put a real email address on there before I approve you, because you have to be approved to get on the website, and I will be testing your email. It's going to get chaotic. It's going to get very chaotic. This class is going to teach you how to recognize various different energies. So that way you can tap in. And so when something pulls up on you that you do not have the ability to see, but you will have the ability to, you'll be able to feel. Some of you guys have the ability to hear. So we're talking about the ones that have the ability to do this. Those who do not have the ability to do any of this shit. Hopefully you're healed enough to be able to at least feel. You know that weird feeling you get, that eerie feeling that you get? If you get an eerie feeling about something, if you're standing around someone and you get an eerie feeling about something, that is your cue. If you get a gut feeling about something, that is your cue to exit stage left and exit stage left fast. Do not engage. Pay close attention to the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. The eyes. Watch the eyes of the people and how they're looking. They may not even respond to you when you speak to them. They don't say a single word. Don't even talk to them. If they're giving you that glare, and you know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all should know what I'm talking about. That glare, or they pull up on you and they're sitting right next to you and they're giving this weird ass glare and they're giving this weird ass look, you politely step away and walk away and watch your surroundings. When you're traveling at nighttime, watch your asses. I had a couple of people from my soul tribe told me that they picked up that they were being followed. I had to tell my camp last night what time it was. And I had to put them through some quick training real quick on a couple of things to get them prepared for what's to come. Just as something as simple as you walking down the street, because whether or not you guys realize this or not, the beings are already in your neighborhoods. You just don't know it yet. That call for them to come forth has been made for tomorrow. Some of you guys are already having experiences of seeing certain things. Your aspects may be guiding you. Ask your aspects, tell your aspects that you need them all to get along and work on one page. All of you that's listening to me right now, listen to me carefully. Tell your aspects, say selves, higher selves, I'm going to need y'all to look out for me right now because I don't know what the hell is going on. I need you guys to protect me, but I need all of you guys to work together. No fighting amongst each other because some of your higher selves don't get along with each other, depending on the type of species they are and the type of history that they have. So you're going to have to explain to them your mission, your sole mission is only to protect the vessel. Now, for those of you that are NPCs, this will not apply to you. Nothing is going to stop the Anunnaki from getting rid of what needs to go. And that leads me to believe that some of y'all don't even have aspects. For some of you that do have souls and that are on mission, you communicate to your aspects and you tell them to look out for you. Don't be walking down no damn dark ass streets and alleys and shit at nighttime. Don't be out at nighttime if you don't have to be. And if you have to work, get your ass straight to and from. You're going to see a lot of weird shit going on at your jobs. Those of you that are working night shift, you need to have your eyes open because you're about to see some weird shit going on in the jobs. Keep your eyes, keep your head on a swivel. Now, some of you guys think this is a joke. That's unfortunate for you. But things have to be done, and that's the end of it. This is the end as the world as you know it. This is the end of the world as you know it. Some of you are going to have a hard time out here adjusting to what you're seeing and freaking out. Some of these people are your family members. Some of these people are your family. But you're going to have to discern who's who and what's what. Your discernment is going to be key here. Your discernment. You're not going to be able to discern from up here. Your discernment is going to come from the heart space. Your discernment is going to come from the heart space. Because you have to be able to feel. It's feel first, then act here. Feel first, then act here. Feel first, then act here. If you act here, you're going to get confused. You're going to second guess yourself. You're going to get frustrated, and you're going to make the wrong choices, and you're going to make the wrong moves because you're not feeling the energy that's being presented to you. You're not observing. Now, for you watchers out here, you watchers, now's the time for you to get into your observation mode. Some of you have been on this for a while. You need to amp it up times 10. The Queen Love, they're not going to tell the people the truth. They cannot do that. They're not even doing it here in Mexico, and I'm being informed that the Mexican government is very much aware of what's going on, and they can't tell the people. No government is going to tell the people when they've been lying to humanity the majority of their entire lives about the existence of interdimensional beings that you guys like to call aliens. These are not aliens. These are not beings that are alien to this planet. These are interdimensional beings that's been living on this planet for a very long time, along with those who actually invaded the planet. So you have a bunch of different things going on at the same time. I'm gonna let you know right now. Are you gonna get some help? You're gonna get some help, but it's not going to be like I'm coming to save you type of help. It's not that. It ain't that type of time. The Anunnaki have been sitting here on strict orders to clean up house. So you may see some stuff that's going to trip y'all out. Y'all going to see some stuff like, wait, what the hell just, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see some stuff. You're going to see some stuff that's going to have y'all bugging the hell out. Okay? You're going to see them coming in cleaning stuff out. You're going to see them cleaning things out. You're going to see niggas teleporting up out of here. You're going to see people coming in and maybe you might see them getting slayed left and right. Okay. You're going to see some weird stuff going on. I just got a hit last night that there's some stuff going on over in Trinidad and Tobago right now where they're doing like a bunch of mass killings out there in Trinidad and Tobago. Also, be aware of your flights. Be aware of you flying. If you have plans to fly somewhere, I would think twice about that. Because those drones that are the size of cars and buses that are out here, if you're on the plane, and this very well could be the case, you could be on a plane full of NPCs and you not know you're on a plane full of NPCs. You see where I'm going with it? If any of you guys have the ability to divine, this goes out to you practitioners, you tarot card readers, and things like that. If you guys have the ability to divine, check before you make a move. Check before you make a move to find out should you do it. Y'all better get some dice. Y'all don't know no better. You better get some dice or something to help you with some yes or no questions to ask your ancestors. This is the reason why I told you, and I've been telling you all this for a long time. You guys need to develop a relationship with your ancestors because they're there to help you. They know what time it is. They've already been suited and booted and ready to go. But if you don't know how to discern when it's time for you to go, if you're too busy sitting still and procrastinating because you're moving out of fear, well, then it is what it is. But you will be forced to learn how to navigate and learn how to move. You will be forced to do it. Y'all better start finding your tribal groups, tribal people working together as a family, as a group, as a collective. Y'all better get to doing so you know exactly who the hell is human and who the hell is not. Remember in 2024 Predictions Part 2, I said y'all need to have some skill sets. The group that comes together needs to have different skill sets in terms of how they're going to move and what they're going to do. There is going to be, listen, I'm letting y'all know right now, if you seriously think that you're going to be solo dolo out here navigating, you got another thing coming, baby. You got another thing coming because you can't do this by yourself. You're going to need help. So all the separatism programming that's been placed upon humanity on this planet, yeah, that's going to change. And it's going to change fast. It's going to change fast. Because you're going to be placed in a position where you have to work with each other. You're going to have to put your petty ass differences to the side. The gossip, the negativity, you're going to have to put that off to the side. And you're going to have to deal with what's coming for you. As I said before, some of you will see, some of you will not. Some of you that cannot see, you will definitely feel. If you're not healed enough to where you can't even feel, you're in trouble. You should have got the healing when you were told to get the healing. So you did it to yourself. And you got to be healed on certain levels in order to be able to deal with the things that are coming right now. Just for you to be strong enough to stand on your square and see how to navigate in the spaces like this, you would have had to have did a certain amount of work to be able to tap in, Because if you were able to tap in, you could tap in with your star family. If you were able to tap in, you could holler at your earth family. Because you do have earth family that are here. There are Atlanteans that are on this planet that you can tap into. If you have an Atlantean aspect, you can call your Atlantean, you can call in your Atlantean family and say, listen, I don't know what the hell's going on, but you're going to have to give me a crash course real quick about how it was in Atlantis. You're going to have to help me navigate and let me know who's who and what's what. Because they know. Tap into your Atlantean aspects for those who have the ability to hear. Tap in with them because they know what time it is. They will help you navigate. They're good. They're not. Don't talk to them. Talk to this right here. If you're going to talk to anybody, talk to this right here. They're not going to cause you any harm here. You're fine with them. They're not. Because they were around during the time period when all the different beings were on the planet and everybody was interacting with one another. So tap into your Atlantean aspects. This is how you learn to move. This is how you learn to navigate, by tapping into self. Remember what I told you. You are walking multiverses that have various different aspects that are operating in various different timelines, but you have the ability to tap in and speak to them at will. You're going to need to tap in, fam. Some of y'all need to go into meditation. Some of you are going to get visitations from your star family. Some of you are going to get visitations from your ancestors in the dream state. Some of you need to go into theta state, but most importantly, you need to be sitting still. You need to be quiet in the mornings and late at night so you can get the necessary messages that you need to receive. Some of you that are gifted is going to get pulled up on by your family. They're going to talk to you and let you know what the deal is, and they're going to tell you how to navigate, and you better listen. Forget all the material possession bullshit that you call yourself being clinged on to. It ain't going to make a damn bit of a difference here after a while. Someone said they couldn't sleep last night. Someone said I met a few of y'all on YouTube. I think that's a sign they're my family. It's a possibility. Okay, T.S. Tim says, yes, the angels have been talking to you. Have they been giving you the necessary information and messages, beloved? Okay. Someone just said, as a postal worker that works in a Jewish community specifically, I've been noticing weird looks and weird energy, even in my government job. It's starting to get weird with getting exposed. Okay. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. I'm going to give y'all 10 minutes to ask me some questions before I close out this live. And I will post your questions right here. Okay? So if you have any questions, ask the questions as it pertains to what I'm talking about. Don't ask me nothing stupid. Don't ask me nothing about what's going on with the gospel. I don't want to hear about that. Don't ask me nothing about that. Okay? Ask me questions that are pertaining to this live, because that's the most important thing for y'all right now, is to learn how to navigate in this space. So ask me questions as it pertains to the information that I'm giving you in this live. Okay? Because now's not the time for the extra shit. You guys are going to see some stuff going on. Some of you guys are reporting so much stuff right now. There's so much video. You can't even begin to, y'all don't even know the half of the amount of videos and stories and emails that people have been sending me since this whole thing started. The amount of people that's been hitting me on my website asking for help, I got one lady telling me that her grandchild is being taken by, like there's being trying to take the damn baby out the damn house that's got a ship hanging over their damn house. So any questions that you may have, you may ask your questions. Someone says, so this sounds like a good thing. And in one aspect, it is, because it's going to force humanity to evolve. So I do want to let that know. This is going to force you guys to evolve very quickly. So all the silly shit y'all was on, that ain't going to apply, and it's not going to fly no more. Them days are over with. How many likes do I have on this live, guys? Could you let me know? Because I'm not able to see it on this on StreamYard. And guys, I would really appreciate it again if you get the lives up, if you guys can get the likes up. And for those of you that are new to the channel, don't forget to click and subscribe and become a member of the channel. If you want to get all your cosmic knowledge and things like that, I'll be here to give it to you. But for some strange reason, it's getting weird out here with how they want me to come out and relay the messages to the people. If I am coming out and I'm having to break down some information that somebody else may have put out, it's because some information there's some things that are being put out there that's misinformation that's also misleading the people. Okay? If I am told to come out and clarify it, I will come out and clarify it, and I don't care who likes it. Okay? I don't give a damn. If I am instructed to do that, I'm going to do it, whether you like it or you don't. Have a problem with it. Because we already went through something recently with that. We already went through something recently with that in this community. There is no time right now to put out any kind of wrong information out there to the public during this time period. So if I am instructed, and if other people are instructed to put out some other information out there, then they should put their information out there. Period. I don't profess to know it all. But if I get a message to come out and correct some information to the collective, I'm going to put that information out there and give you the other side of the information that was not told to you. If you got a problem with it, then you got a problem with it. That's your problem, though. Okay, now look at this question right here, y'all. But why shouldn't we fly? Well, let me ask you a question. I said be careful about your flying. I said be careful about your flying. Be careful about flying. Why? Well, why don't you go and do a search on all the drones that are being shown in the skies all over the world, and then you tell me why you shouldn't be flying. That self-awareness needs to kick in overdrive. I literally said to check and to make sure that you should fly. It's imperative that you guys listen twice as much as you speak. Don't add things into the lie that I did not say. Listen carefully to what is being said. Some of y'all come and make comments and didn't hear a damn thing that I said, and you just making comments. When you're rushing, you miss details. Now is not the time for you to be missing any details, and now is not the time for any of you to be skipping any steps. Now, I did my part by bringing this to your attention. Okay, now look at this right here. Some of us called this a long time ago. The way this planet has been going, I knew this was going to happen. And that's a whole nother thing too. The information that you guys are getting right now isn't nothing new under the sun. Be clear. Here's the difference. They were talking about it back in the 90s. Some of them back in the 80s, some of them back in the 70s. They were talking about these times. They just didn't know when it was going to happen. That's the difference. They couldn't tell us when it was going to happen. They just knew that it was going to happen. And a lot of those elders ain't even here no more. There is no ownership of information. Childlike minds think like that. Childish mindsets think like that. There is no ownership. There is no ownership of cosmic information. So, brother, even though you mentioned that this information is nothing new and we've been talking about this, there's a generation that never knew anything about this. So they need to learn about it, but they need to understand that their time is actually now for them. If your ears are ringing, let me break something down to y'all about what that is. If your ears are ringing, tell whomever that is very close to you to back up out of your auric field and speak sternly. If they do not remove themselves from your auric field, you could possibly have an attachment. Greys do that. Draconians do that. Fallen angels do that. Okay? Anything that's malevolent, that's malevolent. When you start to hear your ears ring, sometimes it could be an ancestor getting too close as well, or they're too close to the auric field. Now, they will back away from you if it's somebody that's benevolent or somebody that's neutral, that's not cause you any harm. But if it continues to keep ringing in your ear, you got a problem on your hands. Because that's letting me know that you probably have some type of attachment, in which case that needs to get checked into and investigated, and it needs to be removed. So when you are hearing ringing in your ears, somebody is too close to your auric field. That is a violation of space. Tell them to back up and speak firmly. And you'll notice that ringing going away. And then you tap into whatever ancestors that you have that you trust to communicate to whatever that was close. You talk to your ancestors, the ones that you trust, and say, I don't even want to talk to whoever that is that's trying to get a hold of me. I don't even know who that is. I don't want to talk to it. Y'all talk to it and y'all tell me what it is. That's how I rock. I'm not talking to you. My protection going to talk to you, though. My Orisha protection going to talk to you. Shango, Dad, you need to talk. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not talking to nobody. Can you tell me what's going on? My father will let me know what time it is because he ain't let nobody get close. He ain't going to let nobody touch me or disrupt me in any way. Same thing with the Loas. Not happening. Talk to your peoples. Talk to your ancestors. And tell them, I'm not talking to nothing out here. I don't know nothing. If it ain't me talking to me, and there's somebody outside of me, okay, well, you can talk. You can talk to my ancestors over here and let them talk, so they can discern and tell me what's going on over here. I'm not doing no talking. I teach this in my mediumship course that I taught, which is also on mysiswisdom.com. How to do that, how to properly set up your protections, how to properly hear and communicate. If you're going to communicate to something outside of yourself, there's a proper way that you got to do that, and you got to be very careful. I don't like talking to nobody outside myself. I talk to myself a lot. The different versions of myself, I talk to them a lot. I don't need talking to nobody outside myself. Period. And sun gaze, that's great. It doesn't change that what's happening is what's happening. That is correct. Thank you. Thank you. Fair Use says, seriously, the main thing is not to fear and to be afraid to receive the message. I willed them away before out of sheer terror. Listen, don't get into this fear thing. Like I told you, some of these guys are your ancestors, some of these guys are your actual family, but it's still up to you to be able to discern who's who. That's up to you to be able to discern. And if y'all can't discern, you got a problem on your hands. This person asked me this question right here. How do you know if you have a soul and if you're going to get wiped out? Isis wisdom. It is your ability to be able to tap in. Do you have the ability to tap in, baby? Are you able to connect to higher things? Do you feel yourself connected to the divine? Do you feel yourself connected to the cosmos? Because if you don't feel that connection, that's probably why. People that don't have souls do not have that divine connection to source. Period. So if you have a hard time tapping in, then that needs to be checked into. Now, in some cases, it also could be something as simple as certain things could be blocking you. Stress, lack of healing. If you're carrying around a lot of anger. But the number one thing you'll notice about a soulless person is their eyes. You'll see it in their eyes that they don't have one. You won't see any life in their eyes. No life. There are people that are in front of your face in this conscious circuit right now. If you look at their eyes, you can tell they don't have no soul. Look at the eyes. They're not able to tap in whatsoever on any level. Okay. Some of you guys are asking me questions that's already been answered, so I'm not going to answer those questions. Now, this is funny. Someone said, how long will the transition take to complete? Girl, this is the plan. This is where we at now. This is it. How long is it going to take to complete, baby girl? I don't think it's forever. This is the new world. This is the beginning of the new world. This is your new reality now. Welcome. Welcome to 5D. Welcome. Welcome to the end of the old world and the beginning of the new. Things are going to be done very differently now. Very, very, very differently. I'm feeling great, Kia. Kia, I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking, baby. Show some love and get the likes up, babies. I appreciate you. It's all good, Isaiah Jones. It's going to be recorded. It's going to be here. Someone said, "Thanks, fair use." That don't mean I won't come after you if I don't want you. If I don't want you to have it. If I put a disclaimer on this video right now, I will come after you. But I want everybody to get it out there as much as possible. So I'm okay with you taking. I'm okay with you getting it out there. I don't have a problem. But don't test my gangster in that way. I got other ways. I got other ways of getting at you. when it comes to my content. And it doesn't necessarily have to be legal. If I put an encryption code on your whole channel, it's over with. Just telling you what it is. Y'all ain't dealing with no regular, ordinary person. But we'll go ahead and put the information out there. At Albia, good question. She says, how do we know we're not infiltrated? Discernment. 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 Discernment is key here. New Jersey is reporting major sightings. It's not just Jersey either. This is happening all over the world, guys. I know about Jersey, though. Okay. This is a very good question. What are some of the ways that the extraterrestrials are going to test us? Your testing is simply about a simple fact of seeing somebody walk right past you and seeing how you're going to respond to it. That's a test all by itself. Now, I'm going to let you know right now, be careful how you approach some Anunnaki. Don't get your head knocked off your shoulders. Stay out of the way when you see them. And when you see them, you're going to know it's them. Especially for those of us that have a lot of Anunnaki aspects. You're going to see your family, you're going to know that's who they are. But do not play with those warriors because they're not to be played with. Stay out of the way. They may appear, they may pull up because there may be something that they saw that they're going after. You may see something running through your yard. You may see something pop up in your yard. You may feel something jumping up on the top of the roof of your house. All kinds of things could be going on as a test. You may see something morphing out of thin air. You was sitting here chilling, all of a sudden something morphs out of thin air, and you're like, whoa, 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 what's happening right now? Where the hell did you come from? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You're going to sense humans pulling up on you, wanting to touch you. Do not allow them to touch you. There are beings that cannot see, but they can figure out who you are by touch. Do not allow yourselves to be touched. Now, these are not malevolent beings. These are just beings that don't have the ability to see, so they can smell and they can touch. They're not there to cause you any harm, but seeing them might freak you the hell out. I don't play the touching games. Make sure you set your boundaries in your space. Like, nah, player, we're not playing those type of games. Pay attention to the beings or the people in human suits that pull up on you and sit right next to you, giving you a weird look. That's your cue. Exit stage left immediately. Immediately. No conversation, immediately. Thoughts on King Yahweh equals Enki. Let me explain something to y'all about those Anunnaki. Those are Anunnaki gods, and they're there for observation purposes. I'm sure he knows what time it is because he is the vessel for Enki. Ben confirmed that. And I know where his brother is too. I know where the whole family is, actually. I know who they are and where they are, as far as the avatars are concerned. But they're observing. Because they are high-level beings, they're not getting themselves involved, but they are there to observe everything that's taking place. The soldiers are here, meaning the angelics, and they are acting on specific orders. But you guys are going to see some weird shit going on. You are going to see stuff happening on the planet that isn't going to make any sense. You loud booms and things like that you're hearing. It's not going to make any sense, but I need you to guys understand this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the interstellar war. Because a lot of the people that you think that are running this planet are not human. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of power, and they have access to technology because they're not human. These beings are not just going to give up their reign like that. There's going to be some pushback. So when you see certain things going down, just say, oh, that must be the pushback, and keep it moving. I'm letting you know right now, there's not a single military on this earth that has been created by these people that has the ability to move against the Anunnaki. They know it. They're not even trying to go to war. I'm going to let you know right now, there's a lot of ships over military installations right now, even as we speak, and they're over certain buildings because there's certain things that are hidden and certain weapons that are hidden in various parts of buildings all over the world. Certain technologies that they're trying to get their hands on to cause havoc. Unfortunately for them, they're not going to be able to get access like they thought. So there's a lot going on right now. Get prepared for your reality shift. Get prepared for your shift in consciousness. It's time for all of you to evolve. Because the way we've been moving ain't it. This ain't it, y'all. This ain't it. All right. On that note, I'm going to get off here. I had a great time talking with all of you today. Make sure that you get the live out there as much as you can. Okay? Make sure you get the live out there as much as you can. I appreciate all of you for coming on board. Don't forget to get all the likes up. Don't forget to subscribe for those who took the time out to listen. And I'll speak to you at another day. Peace and blessings.